Let me tell you a little story, a very long-winded story, a long story. And with the story, there's a moral to every story, innit? But I'm gonna tell you, there's a moral to this story. I was born on the 10th of July, 2004, to Tanzanian parents. I'm full Tanzanian. And them man that say, I'm a Mani, or I'm Somali, this, that, and the third. Nah. I'm fully Tanzanian. You know what I mean? And I was brought up, I didn't know that I was brought up poor, let's say, because my mom provided, my mom and my dad provided everything that could be provided. They provided love, they provided family, they provided community. You know what I mean? These things were there from the start. I mean, whenever I wanted something to their best of their ability, they could give it to me. So I never understood, you know, poverty. Like, I knew we weren't Bill Gates and Steve Jobs type rich, but I didn't think that we're at a level where count pennies, you know what I mean? Because I was brought up in a era where, or I was brought up getting what I needed. You know what I mean? So because I was brought up getting everything I needed, all I had to do was shine. You know what I mean? I did that in education. I want to toot my own horn, but I was smarter than most. I mean, I breezed through primary school, breezed through secondary school. Obviously, COVID hit and all of that, so I didn't really do my GCSEs. You know what I mean? Breezed through A levels. But as you grow older, you start understanding stuff more. You start looking at things more. You start going through life more. Like childhood is while it's bliss and you all wish you could go back to it one day, it kind of hides the real intricate issues that people face. Like, because you won't understand it when you're younger. Because your parents, your uncles, your aunties, they hide stuff from you that you understand when you're old enough. You know what I mean? When you get older, you start living life for yourself. You start learning lessons for yourself. You start going through things where sometimes you have to hit a brick wall to understand what's going on. And truth be told, first lesson I learned, I remember, was when my mum was ill. I was at 2018, year 10. I just came back from Africa for first holiday in what, 7 years. Um, I just became senior student. Like life was really going for me. I wasn't really fully out of my shell, but I was starting to not be that quiet guy. I was trying to put myself out there. Forcefully I might add, because my tutor was really wanting to sign me up to everything. Poetry competitions, sign me up. Writing competitions, sign me up. Sign me up to be a senior student, go ahead, you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? But I was really coming out of my shell because of that. And I was growing, because when I was younger, I wasn't really a person to talk. I wasn't really a person to socialize. I was a very meek, naive sort of figure. So, yeah, and I wouldn't say life was 100% there, but I'd say life was on the up. And then when my mum got ill, it was like a very serious illness. Like she wouldn't be coming out of her bed. She wouldn't be able to do anything most days. That hit man like a ton of bricks. That was like the first ever time where I could say that man was really going through stuff. Like I wouldn't say that life's going swimmingly well. Like I lost people, um, but it never really hit, man. You know what I mean? But when um when that happened, that was like that hit man like a ton of bricks. I remember I was sitting literally right where I'm sitting now. I was sitting here, man got the news, and I was like, yeah, it's a mad one. And I hit man like a ton of bricks. I had to go sleep, wake up, go to school the next day, like nothing happened. Those days where people would be coming to my house trying to cheer my mum up and that. I'd go to school, like nothing really clicked. It was just I was just walking. You know what I mean? You know when you're just living life and but nothing's really registering. It was all like a blur. Now you don't really remember anything. I couldn't tell you for a good 6 months what was going on. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell you. I was just doing things for the sake of doing things. I was just going to school, coming back, going mosque, coming back. Like, I was just doing things for the sake of it. I'll be honest. I'm gonna keep it back with you. I was just doing things just because I needed to. You get what I mean? I won't lie. It was like the first really tough lesson that I had to face. It was the first really um thing where I had to grow up. I definitely had to grow up. I had to grow up in that time because and especially because I'm the oldest. Just like I knew the youngest didn't know what was going on. They could understand what was going on. So that it was nothing. No one that I could chat to that could understand. If you know what I mean. I remember it was a foolish mistake that I did. But I remember posting on Snapchat saying, can't lie, my mum going through this, blah blah blah, that and the thirds. You know what I mean? Just as like because I didn't have anyone to talk to, so I figured if I post and people see it, that I'm gonna feel like I belong somewhere. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a stupid thing now. Not with hindsight, it's stupid now. But I realized that it didn't help at all because let's be honest, nobody really cares what people are going through. As much as it hurts, as much as it hurt at the time, nobody really cares what you're going through. I mean, and it takes things to happen for you to realize that that's happened to you. But yeah, I did that. Got aired. Yeah, I got aired. To be honest, I did get aired. But that did happen, and it was a tough time. I ain't gonna lie to you. For that people supported me, but they weren't. And just not to feel like ungrateful with people that were there during that time. Like there's aunties and uncles that when I make it out of the hoods, they're covered for. You know what I mean? For what they did during that time, I promise you, they're covered for. But yeah, man, it was a very isolated time. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was times where man thought that like I don't know why, but I thought it's selfish thoughts. Like it's selfish thoughts. And I felt like, what's the point? What's the point? And you may feel like selfish in the midst of things. Like I wasn't the one going through bare stuff. It was my mum. I felt like, what's the point, bro? Genuinely, what's the point? This time I'll be looking at the knife throw there, just be like, okay, I ain't got no one in my corner. That's what am I doing here, bro? You know what I mean? Or I'll be crossing the road. I see the car zooming by, and I wouldn't act on it, but those thoughts are in the brain, in your brain, innit? You have those thoughts, and it's like, what's the point? That I'm not really a person that's out there socializing this, that, and the third. So if man isn't here no more, who's really gonna care? I mean, in hindsight, it's stupid because if I leave today, there will be people that care in one way or another. But that's that's the way I felt at the time, and there's nothing I could have done to not feel that way. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was a tough time. I ain't gonna lie, and actually hadn't discussed it with my mum until that was what 2018 when I was in year 10, 2018, 2019. So I ain't discussed it with my mum until I was in the second year of uni, first year of uni, where I was like, yo, can't lie, that was a tough time. I never actually delved into it with anyone. I might have touched on it in previous videos that I recorded, but I never actually had that conversation with someone. It just happened to be the person I conversate with the most. And yeah, just had to release that because releasing that was, it helped man a lot. Yeah, it did help man a lot. And that's the first lesson. That's the first lesson of the story. To be honest, is that talking is a release. I mean, coming from a person that didn't talk that much when I was younger, now I'm on socials and this, that, and the third, and now I'm coming out of my show even more. I've seen the importance of just, just putting stuff on wax, like just recording something, or even just having a conversation. It actually releases a lot of demons that are in your brain. But yeah, that's the first lesson man learned. That was the first big lesson and event where I was like, damn, this is what life's got in store. And I was only what 14, 15 at the time. You know what I mean? Then that happens. Alhamdulillah, she got better. It wasn't like it was serious, but it wasn't that serious. You know what I mean? But she got better. Obviously, my mom's been a fighter. For those that you that know about my mum, she's a fighter, man. She's one of the she's a solid woman. You know what I mean? So of that, I had no doubt that God willing, she'll get through, and she did. So alhamdulillah, yeah, man. That was the first lesson man learned. And at the same time, linking to that, linking to being alone. I was a person that I think I was lacking validation or something. Or it would be times where I never grew up being someone someone, you know what I mean? Like a class clown or like someone that just does things and makes people laugh. You know, I didn't grow up being that person. So when I ended up like coming on socials the first time, when I was in like year 9, year 10, ended up jumping on Snapchat and Instagram. I used to just make a fool of myself, bro. I used to make a fool of myself. Just started recording some nonsense, like just making people laugh, but people are not laughing with man. People are laughing at man because I was making myself a fool just for validation. And I didn't realize that until I left secondary school and I jumped into sixth form that I realized that um, people just they weren't really my friends. You know what I mean? Like I promise you, when I went to sixth form, I, I lost contact with everybody. I don't talk to people from secondary school no more. Not really. I'd say 98% of people I don't talk to no more. It just goes to show that some people you go out of and some people weren't really my friends. People just laughing at me, and I didn't realize that. I just didn't realize at the time. I don't know what it was a lack of in my life, but I just felt that I had to do stuff like that to be rated, and obviously that wasn't the way. It was even exacerbated when I jumped on TikTok. Because I remember when the TikTok boom was starting, I I was one of those people that said I was never gonna record a video. It came to 2021, I was like, let me just try a thing because I was all doing foolishness on Snapchat and Instagram. Let me just try a thing. You know what I mean? Started recording skits, cringe when I look back. Started recording videos, chatting. You know what I mean? You know, I just, looking back, it was fun time, but it was just so dumb looking back. But I don't know why I holding myself to such high regard when I was 16/17 years old, bro, when COVID hit, and I was bored. And I was just gonna do something one way or another, so I did that. Growing followers, this, that, and the third. I'm doing sixth form. Mind you, sixth form was another was another was another mad time as well. I'm not because of any single person, but it was a struggle. Those that know Brampton Manor know that it is a place full of demons. You know what I mean? Like you got to be on your job. That 6 to 6 thing is real for some people. I didn't do it because there was no way I was going to do that. But like you got to work your ass off if you're in that school there. You know what I mean? So I jumped there. COVID hit. I didn't know nothing. I was failing at the start. I get bad grades. I even get me mentors because my grades went up to the scratch that of Brampton. It wasn't up to a Brampton standard. It was like, and I was losing hair. Like even I had a conversation with my mum the other day, my mum and my dad's, where they noticed what I was going through because it would that I would come backyard and just go upstairs. I wouldn't chat to a single soul. It was a tough time. It was like education on nothing. You just work, study, and even that studying sometimes it's just you go to the exam and nothing comes out. You think you've done that for no reason. Like it was a tough time at Brampton, man. But alhamdulillah, I got the A star, AA. You know what I mean? Did my thing. Alhamdulillah, I can't complain. And yeah, like, met some people that were good friends. Met some people who ended up being idiots. You know what I mean? It is what it is. A game's a game. There's some people that you can. There's some people that are for life. Some people that are just another page in the story. You know what I mean? But don't. This is when life really started laughing because I remember 18 now. I was coming through high from TikTok. I was really getting views from TikTok. I managed to get what, like a good like 5K followers within a small period of time. And I thought I was flying. I was like, yeah, 10K coming soon. Gotta start making money off TikTok. You know what I mean? Some of my videos were getting hundreds of thousands of views. Now, I was swimming. You know what I mean? And I was chilling. I thought I was that guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I was like, let me just get a job. Let me just get a job, man. I'm 18 now. This like 2022 for uni. Let me go Amazon, innit? Obviously, if you know Amazon, you know that money from Amazon, you're chopping peas when you're at Amazon. You know what I mean? Chopping peas. I'm gonna say I worked there for like what, 6 weeks from like start of August to mid September, and I only left because like travel and all that. You know what I mean? I was traveling on my own. I didn't really have a car, and I was working 4 days. And the uni I went to, UCO, managed to pattern UCO, and that was my insurance software. Imagine I was 5 marks away from getting into Imperial. His hindsight was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Not going to Imperial and just going to UCO instead. Yeah, so UCL required me to be going there full time, so no way I was going to be able to work at Amazon and then go to go uni, especially unis like that where you got to be looking in from day one. You know what I mean? So yeah, during those 6 weeks, I managed to get what 2.5k. Had that straight off the bat, bang. That was parked, and then obviously with SFE, you're laughing. I, I basically managed to earn, or I had 6k in my account at one time. And I thought I'm genuine. I said I thought I was that guy. You know what I mean? I thought I was that guy. Yeah, man. And then uh, what happened after that? Yeah, man. Uh, oh man, good. Yeah, so there was a person that I trusted. I was like, yo, man, can't lie, I'm in a sticky situation. Pass you some money, and I was like, cool, bro. There's a guy. There's a guy that I trusted, innit? Because I thought that was my G. You know what I mean? I thought I could trust him. Innit? And every time that he'd need money, I'd pass it to man. I'd pass it to man. I'd give it to man. Bang, bang, bang. I was sending it. Looking back, it was bare naive and I was bare trusting. But I knew no better at the time. You know what I mean? That's something I have to hold on my chest. Bang, bang, bang. Send the money, send the money, send the money, send the money. Got to a point where that 6k, for 6k, I sent Broski 2k. I sent my brother 2k, bro. Got close to it. But it was peace. You know what I mean? 2k. I remember spending a bag something on the Mac. So what I had left was next to nothing. I'm saying by November I was breast. By November it was breast. And then I went from being in abundance to now acting from desperation. I'm even linking about it being like, yo, where's my peas? I'm gonna get it to you, I'm gonna get it to you, I'm gonna get it to you. The peas never came. Till today. I was like, you ain't see no peas, bro. You know what I mean? And in that act of desperation, I was going to do things that I wasn't meant to do. Just so I don't, and because now I'm 18, but I've got this much money and I've lost it. If I told people that I've lost it, they're going to look at me like I'm a fool. That's what I thought at the time. I was, I was going to look, I was looking at myself like a fool. So I ended up doing things I wasn't meant to do. And thankfully, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Thankfully, it didn't happen because it was a lesson. Because had that worked, I'd have got my money back. And then, and it's so funny. Like I, I nearly ruined my life, but me nearly ruining my life allowed man to understand life itself. Like you can't take no shortcuts on the way to success. Like you might fall, and you might within that falling, you'll hit a brick wall, or you fall to the ground, and you got gashes all over your skin. But you got to hold that and move on. The way during that time, I'm telling you, I was brass, and I didn't tell anyone for a whole month what was going on. I was picking pennies. I was asking people for peace. I mean, they wouldn't give it. I'm not holding it against you, but I'm just saying this is the story. Ask people for peas, they won't give it, this, that, and thirds. And then what happens is I go through that means to try and get my peas back. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, you don't know what I mean. You don't know. That happens. And then I'm thinking it's not working. By the time January came, I got my SFE, so I'm thinking everything's cool. Obviously, my mum at the time, she was like, yeah, I'm holding the SFE. You don't know how to handle money. So, yeah, I was getting back. towards building myself. You know what I mean? Then came February half term. I'm trying to buy something. No. I had an Apple Pay notification, and it was like, "Yo, your Apple Pay is not working. Check your bank." Check my bank. Well, this was Barclays, isn't it? Check my bank. It said, um, "It's not working. You got to call the phone." And when I called the phone, it was like, "Yo, I can't lie. Oh, shut down your thing. We ain't opening." I was like, "Flipping hell." So me and my dad went to the bank. He gave me the keys that I had in the thing. They were like, "We're not opening your thing." I'm researching saying now, why would they close it? Why would they close it? I don't know what will go on at the time. I didn't know no better. You know what I mean? And hang around people old enough to be like, "Oh, don't do this, don't do this. This is what's gonna happen." I never knew at the time. These are all lessons I learned myself. Researching through my research, and I found out there was a mark I put on my account. You know what I mean? So I got the data, and they said that there was a mark I put on my account for 6 years. I was like, "What does this mean?" 6 years means that at the age of 18, I wouldn't have a bank account until I was 24. And I was about to start. I was already in uni, but if I don't have my SFE, how can man go to uni? You know what I mean? Basically, at that point, it's a thing where I've effed myself up and uni's done from my point of view. It's gone. It's khalas. All because of from an act of desperation, uni is done. Khalas, gone. Those 2 weeks, I promise you, that was the stuff with my mum when my first like time when my mind was shut down. Those 2 weeks was another time where I was shut down. That I, bro, if I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened during those times, Tony. The only thing I was doing was praying. I prayed like I never prayed before. I was thinking, hey, how am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I managed to find some Bush cards. Managed to find some random cards that allowed me to do to at least get money sent to man. Just a little, you know what I mean? Hold a little bit of cash through some credit agency. Held that, and I managed. I appealed the case. I managed to get the marker removed, but them, bro, had that not happened, I don't know where I would be today. I therefore would have gone crazy or something. Because I went through that and I was gone. And I went through this. I wouldn't say I'd made any character growth. So I was going back to square -1, and I was in that zone again of just feeling mad about myself, just going through the motions, just like not understanding. And because I'm not intruding my emotions, I was just going through anything, thinking anything. Once again, it's going through bare mad stuff, mad stuff. And it was another lesson to learn, innit? But as the youngest say, a bus case, you know what I mean? A bus case. Um, yeah, life went on, and did uni, things happened. And then I don't know whether this was the same year. I don't think it was. I'm not sure if it was. Whether it was 2023 or 2024. I know there was one time my aunt must have. My aunt was ill. Like, the COVID was really. Well, I don't know if it was COVID or something else. She was ill, but she decided, "Yo, I'm gonna go back, back to the Midlands, innit? Because she lives in the Midlands." But she got worse, and obviously because she has like heart like certain like conditions. They were like, naturally, you kind of just to make sure we can keep on top of things. So it might not be serious, but we're just going to take you to the ICU just to make sure you're good in it, just to make sure everything's on top of that. You might not be in a serious condition, but we're just going to take you to ICU just in case. And that was the news they gave to her husband, my uncle. You know what I mean? Yeah, around about this time, we'll say, actually, not even this time. It would have been like 5 that day, 5 or 6. My mom gets a call from my uncle saying, yo, your sister's in the ICU. All she heard, bear in mind, she got taken in there as a precaution. All my mom heard was, your sister's in ICU. Started screaming. I was upstairs, ran the way down. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen my mom like that. Ever, 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 ever in my life. Never, ever. That she was gone. Normally, my mom's like a calculated person. She's in tune with her emotions. If she cries, she'll cry. Never, ever, ever have I seen her like that in my life. She was gone. Now, I was like, brother, what the hell do I do? She was saying, no, I need to get trained now, go to the Midlands, blah, blah, blah. Bear in mind, my dad just left work to go work, so he was in a night shift. So I was the only person of age in the house, and I was out of my depth. She went upstairs. She was wearing the clothes. She couldn't even put on her clothes. Like when you're doing stuff just for the sake of doing that. And when I told you, she was borderline manic. That's what it was. She was borderline manic because she didn't know what the hell she was doing. I'm thinking, bro, throughout her coming from downstairs upstairs, she's managed to call her older sister backyard, and now they're all going mad. They're all crying. This, that, and third. They're all stressed out. And I'm like, flipping hell, bro. I was like, first thing first, the neighbours at yards. Let me call the neighbour, innit? Knocked on the door. I'm like, auntie, my mum's gone mad. Came, patterned it. I called my pops. And my pops are like, can't lie, I'll be time, but then I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna, like work's work and home is home. I'm gonna come back yard now, but I'm gonna be a bit. I was like, can't lie, it's gonna be way too long. I don't even know what I'm doing. But she's gone mad. She's gone crazy. Like I've never seen her like this. Immediately, I started calling my aunts from around the place. You know what I mean? At this time, I had my mom's brother, but he heard the news and he's gone mad. He's already on the train to the Midlands, so I couldn't get my man. I was calling my aunties that live around the corner. I said, yo, cut that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I need your help. They pulled up, bang. They pulled up, bang. They pulled up, they pulled up. All of them went upstairs. They were trying to console my mum. My mum was going crazy. But she was shaking, blah, blah, blah. They said, yo, where she's moving, you got to call 999 or whatever the thing was. So I called them saying she's. And when I told you at that point, when everyone came, that's when she might, cause through all of that, she was going manic. She fainted. She passed out. She fainted. So that's when you had to call 999. I had to be the one talking because obviously that's my mum, so I know everything that's happening in terms of medical. So I sorted that out, and yeah, when I sorted that out, they took the time coming. But at least at that point, there was people in the house that could support man with what was happening. And imagine this was Ramadan, man. This is probably like the last 10 days or something of Ramadan. So imagine what was going on. That was stress. Like my siblings were gone. They didn't know what to do. And it was just a long period of time. But that was another event that just made me grow up in terms of That was another life lesson. And being an older sibling, it's just something that you got to do. I've, like I'm just, yeah, man. And the biggest, I imagine I've gone through that, and those aren't even the biggest like events I could tell you about. I probably delved on it before my TikTok, but the last 18, 20 months now, I've been dealing with basically two issues. I've been dealing with this chronic pain all over my body, left, right, center, up, down, this chronic pain. Like, I remember I was lying in my bed one time. This was, I think, 2024, end of 2024, November. Bro, when I tell you my 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 pain was going through my body at power that I couldn't even move. I was crying. Like, I couldn't move a thing. I was so scared. I'm thinking, bro, what's going? I've never felt like that in my life. Went to hospital. I was in A&E for 8 hours. They told man, I don't know, we don't know what's going on. Um, but go to your GP. Went to the GP. They tested everything, blood test, tested everything. There was like nothing. There was nothing there. No issues. They said they're gonna go to urgent care team. I don't know what that was, but I was like, at that point, I was like, I can't be asked. Because previous to that, I had issues like that where I was getting pains all over my body. And the previous two times it happened, they prescribed physiotherapy for me. So the next time it happened, I was like, well, there's no point in me doing that. And so I just can't be asked. And then it happened again, and then they still prescribed physiotherapy. So I was like, okay, well, calm. I'm not going back. So for the past 18 months, it's been a thing where I have days like this where I'm calm and I'm chill. Or it's there, but it's not there. But there'll be days where man can't really do nothing apart from lay in bed and watch TV. And even that's even a struggle. I'll just be scrolling on my phone. Like even going to my laptop is a chore to even do work. That's the level of pain we're talking about. So yeah, and then last I think what 6 months ago it would have been early December. I was going through mad time, mad issues, self-induced, mind you, but like, issues. But yeah, I was at work. I was at work, and I could feel my heart just beating, bro. And it was beating like it was like not where like you've done exercise and you feel like you're beating, it's beating. But it was mad. Like I was feeling like I was having a sort of like panic attack. One of my colleagues, big at her, um, she told me just like she just told me, yo, take a walk, you'll be fine. Come back. Took a walk, came back. I was restless, bro. It was still happening. I was doing this. I was doing some of this. I was doing this, bro. When I told you I couldn't stay still, I was even checking my heart rate, and I never checked my heart rate. And the heart was fine. I was spooked. Then after a while, it just stops. I was like, you know what? I might have been stressed or something. Something happens. Might be my pain. So yeah, it's that. It's not really anything. And then in February, early February, it was meant to be like I think 2 weeks before I was heading to Umrah. I went to Umrah during the February half term. In the morning, I say around 10 o'clock, it started again. I was like, bang, 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 bang. I was like, damn. I was like, cool. I'm see what going. But I wasn't breathless. I wasn't breathless. I wasn't dizzy or anything. It was just that, and I was like, all right, cool. We'll see what going. Cool. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, still going. I went to pray. I prayed sitting down, still going. Thinking, bruv, what the hell? Went outside, came back inside work, still going. I was like, bruv, what is going on, bruv? And I'm thinking, yo, I can't lie. I don't know what's going on. Let me go downstairs, chill people for a bit. Chilling with my dogs. at work, and my manager's there at the same time. So she's on shift duty managing because obviously I work at college. Obviously, college I work at, stuff is popping all the time. So we got to have duty managers there all the time. And obviously, yeah, they were she my manager's manager. She's basically my manager. She's good people. She's good people. She looked at me and she could tell straight away. Are you alright? I was contemplating whether to say, well, go on. If something was like, yeah, you know what? You can't hide this, bro. You're looking like something's happening. I was like, yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, so my heart's just beating, beating, beating. And I don't know what's going on. I'm not breathless. I'm not dizzy or anything, but I don't know what's going on. She got first aid. She got first aid, yeah. And I remember when my dog, my dog came to man. I don't know where the hell she was. Bear in mind, this college has got like 7 floors from top to bottom. I don't know where she was. She rushed and she managed to get to the first aid room before the first aid was there. And I was like, brother, what the hell, fam? How the hell? And in that time, she managed to tell all my other colleagues, all my dogs, yo, he's going through this, that, and the third, bam, 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 bam. First aid. They couldn't do anything. Went to the doctor. I called 111. He did all of that. And then after called 111, they said, go to the hospital and get yourself checked out. So I left, went to hospital, did ECGs, did a blood test, and they said there was nothing urgent, there was nothing wrong. And I was like, nothing wrong? Bruv, my heart's been beating like this for a good 8-9 hours, which means nothing's wrong. You know what I mean? But it was like, there's nothing urgent. I was like, well, if there's nothing urgent, I'm going home. But it said, I'll contact your GP. You might need to get like a 24-hour heart monitor. I was like, cool. I called my GP. They were like, I can't lie. You're definitely going to need like one of them 24-hour monitors. But at the same time, I asked my man, I can't lie, I'm going Umrah, and he was Muslim as well, so I thought I could ask him, I'm going Umrah. Is this gonna affect me going to Umrah? Because I'd already missed out going to Umrah twice before 2025. I was going to Umrah, but my mom was like, let you finish uni first. And 2024, I basically paid for most of my ticket. And then what happened was I had a field trip, and we were doing preparation for it during the time I was meant to be in Umrah. So, and they were specifically like, yo, if you miss this, your field trip's gone. So I was like, flipping hell. So I was like, you know what? In hindsight, looking back, it wasn't anything serious. And there was people missing that anyway that ended up still going. So it was just, I think that was a test from God. But you know what? I wasn't to know. Managed to go this time anyway. The GP was like, you know what? It's calm. Just go, do your thing. And we'll chat to you when you get back. Type of thing. Cool. I went to Umrah. Managed to complete the Umrah twice when I was there. Alhamdulillah. Couldn't do anymore. And towards the end, when we were in Medina, as we started in Mecca, left to go to Medina on the first day of Ramadan. And yeah, towards the end of the trip, I was just feeling mad, like the heart thing was going on again. My mom was telling me, go to the doctors there. I was thinking, what are the doctors here going to do? They already told me it's urgent, not urgent back home. So what are they going to do? You know what I mean? And I can't even speak Arabic or anything anyway. So it's just long if I go there. Just sort things out when I come back. I came back, took ages for them to sort out the hard monitor thing. And even at work, for the past few months, I've been feeling demotivated. Where I love working with kids and stuff like that, but I was feeling demotivated. I was feeling I was just lacking. I was just lacking. You know what I mean, I was just going to work, coming back. Like I'll talk to my students, the ones that I've created a good relationship with, talk to my colleagues, but I I'm not there. Like even now, I go to work and I'm not there. You know what I mean? It's just long. Like the days where man's like we take days where both come at the same time. When my chronic pain will be coming in, and my heart is racing, and I'm just, bruv, it's just bare things going on, and I can't concentrate. I don't feel motivated, and it just pissed man off, bro. Like it's annoyed man to know to you don't know, bro. Like it's pissed man off. But like these since it's started, like bro, health is really wealth. Cause I don't know, man. I feel like less. It's just long, man. It's bare health problems for 21-year-old to be going through, bro. I'm I'm saying alhamdulillah though, but it's just it's tough at times. I'm gonna lie to you, bro. Like I've gone out of my show to become someone that enjoys life, enjoy the small things in life. When I'm at work, people have said like, I don't know your lights. Come out of my show, become more loud, more talkative, this, that, and third. And it's like this is just bringing me back to who I was before, and I don't like it, man. Just put me back into my show, making me ungrateful for life. Just coming back to that dark periods of my life where I was like, I thought I didn't amount to nothing. Like, I had plans this year of like enhancing my brand, coming back to YouTube properly, doing TikTok, yeah, coming to a new chapter of TikTok, like building my like stuff. The stuff I had in the woodworks. No, I must say woodworks works, and it's all come and dropped, bro. Basically in like a forced hiatus or something. Honestly, it's good friend, but it's hard, man. It's bare, it's hard, bro. It's tough, man. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. I can't even lie to you. It is what it is. Bro, imagine even like the day before Eid, it was like the 19th of March. They said, yo, you got an appointment and go and get your heart monitor. And bro, I had wires connected to man for good 24 hours. And I know it's not that deep compared to what other people are going through, but those 24 hours, bro, was the worst I've felt in a long time. Those 24 hours of stress. Imagine having something a wire stuck to your body for 24. I'm trying to sleep like this. I can't even lay on either side because there's like a machine there that's doing the thing and there's wires connected to you, man. Couldn't even shower for 24 hours. Just I got flipping wires connected across, man. And flipping pissing me off, bro. You know what I mean? It's a tough time, bro. It's making me want to socialize with people less. Like, bro, there's certain family members and people, bro, that to my dogs, but I'm not in the right frame of mind to go to people's houses and that. And that. I haven't been to certain people's houses in time. Meeting them at events, people's weddings and that. I'm like, bro, I ain't seen in ages. When you come to the yard, I'm like, bro, I'll come soon, bro. There is no soon, bro. There hasn't been no soon in damn near ages, bro. Because I can't, bro. My mental's not there. Like I'm not in. It's not. I know I don't like these people. It's like I'm not in the mood to do nothing, bro. It's a tough time, bro. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Man's in the little hiatus that I'm in now. But I was like, you know, I feel like I need to jump it back into YouTube and do it, try a thing, record a video, and you know, I'm still here, I'm still fighting, so the mission's still going. You know what I mean? Like I might output might reduce, but I'm fighting in the background, just working, becoming better mentally, becoming better physically. You know, trying to step up. Obviously, I managed to graduate. I graduated last year. You know what I mean? Got a 2-1. I've got my driving license. All these things. I'm becoming a big. I'm becoming a big man. You know. So like, I know there's like the stuff around the corner the stuff that's happened that I've celebrated, and just that that light comes from time to time. Reminds me that life is life to be enjoyed. And even though you're going through stuff, you still got to fight because you know it's, you got you got to be grateful. Just the stuff that I have now that people are missing. Bro. Like, I'm in the yard right now and I can see it. People, there's people that don't even have a bed, bro. People don't even have food. So how dare I be like this? Sometimes it's still hard, bro. They look out and other people who are enjoying their life. They don't have no health issues. They don't go through stuff like this. And most of the things I've talked about in this video are self-induced. It's just some of the stuff that I've done self-induced. It's my fault. Some things and I couldn't do anything, but I still went through things. It's like, you know what? Life is full of lessons. And you never choose to keep failing the test, or you can study and that one time you pass, and God looks at you and you're like, yeah, that's my slave. You know what I mean? So that's my creation. So yeah, I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep rejuvenating myself. I'm gonna get back into it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to remind myself of my my family, my community, my people. Them. You know what I mean? And just enjoy life for just small things in life. You know what I mean? To remind myself of stuff. There's things to enjoy. There's things to do. There's a purpose in life, and all this other stuff like social media stuff will be back when I'm ready. You know what I mean, YouTube's always here when I'm ready to come back to it. TikTok, I can record more when I'm up to it. You know what I mean? My personal brands and the things that I'm planning, no, it will happen. I just gotta be patient, make sure I'm good first, and the rest will follow. So, the word to say is Alhamdulillah. Just be grateful. That's it. Simple as. No two ways about it. But yeah, man. Game's a game. Just gotta keep moving. Just gotta keep moving, man. I'll be on 54 minutes. Be chatting my ass off. I don't know how many people are gonna be watching all the 54 minutes, but I felt like it needed to happen, and I felt that the lessons I've learned, people can learn from. You know what I mean? I might have been rambling on. They might not even understand the thing, but throughout the thing, I've learned stop being trusting. Throughout a problem, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And as a man, I just got to fight, bro. Just got to fight. All this pressure that I keep putting myself under isn't helping, bro. Just because I'm the oldest sibling, just because I come from a low income family, why do I keep doing this to myself? Like, with all the things I've already gone through, why do I keep doing this to myself? It's not healthy, bro. You know what I mean? Take time, keep working, but take time, make sure I'm looking after myself. Things will come then, you know what I mean? Just gotta be patient. But if you've managed to listen all the way here, thank you for listening, man. I appreciate you, my family, I appreciate my mom, I appreciate my dad, my siblings, I appreciate my cousins by blood and my cousins not by blood, but their family regardless. And yeah, man. I'm in this induced hiatus. When I come back, we're on go. You know what I mean? We're on go. TZP, Tanzanian Prince, or Muadin, the Muadin brand, the Muadin family, the Muadin boys. We're on go. You know what I mean? 2026 stars, inshallah. Yeah, man. Peace and guidance.